There are a lot of people in Philadelphia schools that really give 3,000% of themselves to help out and make sure these kids get where they gotta go. Definitely, I want to say that. However, it's just too many people that are just showing up, picking up a check, and it's just like there's just a lot of nothingness. Bonjour tout le monde. Mark Cooper here in Paris, France. Feel like a native now. This is where right here is where I did one of my first shots when I had my old camera several years back. It's good to be back. So they took the Ferris wheel down. I really don't go to tourist spots a lot. This is like right across from the Louvre. This is called the Jardin des Tuileries. Jardin means garden, basically. As you can see, it's a very nice garden. So while I'm here in Paris, I wanted to talk much about what I do while I'm in the United States. I have a program in Philadelphia schools. This is probably my best year as far as many students as I reached at high school. And also just as far as support from principals and administration. So the program is growing, my business is growing. However, it's just still difficult. A lot of the things that you have to go through to have a program in schools. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I have to do what I have to do to get my information or get information to my community. So voila. But one thing I want to say is, as far as Philadelphia goes for education, not even just education, but for the youth, it's a serious problem. The reason I say it's a serious problem is, and this is not somebody who's just talking from the outside. I'm in them schools. I'm not behind the scenes getting checked. I just show up, I help out, and I get to see firsthand what's going on with the students. So one thing I see is this a lack of accountability. There's not enough engagement, and everybody's not fully invested. You look at certain sports teams, if everybody's not invested in winning the championship, more than likely they won't win the championship. When it comes to our students, when it comes to our youth in Philadelphia, it's just like everybody is like, some people are just there for a job. If you take a job with education, you have to understand this is just not some check. This is the future. And I don't say that as like one of those niche statements. I'm just saying this is actually people who are going to affect the future. You're dealing with their future. It may seem like something small to you having the attitude, you not giving your 100% to a child when they need you. But what you don't realize is they remember that stuff. They're going to remember that stuff for the rest of their lives. I was talking with my homie Tremaine, we coach basketball, and we were talking about tryouts for basketball. And we were thinking about how we remember when we were in high school, or how you remember those tryouts, or at any point in your childhood, you remember tryouts for the rest of your life. And you have to understand, a lot of these situations that you're dealing with students, they're going to remember that stuff. That stuff is shaping their life. Something you do may end up being childhood trauma, whether you yell at them or you react just because you had a bad day. You have to understand this isn't just some job. You pick up a check. And another problem I see is, or not another problem that's just there, everybody's not fully invested because they don't see the students as their community. So if I'm showing up and I'm doing something for another community, it's not my burden to carry. If somebody comes along with a better job or something that takes the stress off, doesn't matter to me because this is not my community. And I don't show up to the job with that same type of urgency. That's the key word. There's no urgency. Nobody has urgency. Or I shouldn't say nobody. Please forgive me. There are a lot of people in Philadelphia schools that really give 3,000% of themselves to help out and make sure these kids get where they gotta go. Definitely, I want to say that. However, there's just too many people that are just showing up, picking up a check, and it's just like there's just a lot of nothingness. So it's hard. I couldn't even, it's just so, when I'm in Philadelphia, I'm ripping and running. I'm trying to get to do different things, get my program going. and I really didn't have the time to make videos. Like you see, I have my videos from when I'm out of the country, and I was planning to do the same thing when I came back to Philadelphia. Couldn't do it, just too busy. But I'm out here now, and I just wanted to share that we have a serious problem in Philadelphia. See, it seems small now because it's just like, oh, they're just in grade school, but now they're getting to a certain point where it's like they're gonna graduate and they have nothing to look forward to because nobody challenged them. It was just to get a grade so the schools or the school districts can get funding. Hopefully you get good scores, they get good SAT scores or good whatever, testing scores, so that the schools can get money and be proficient. That's a losing process in terms of community. On paper, you may have done a great job as far as grades or tests, but what about the future of the students? That's something you have to really take into factor. I have to look at things from a standpoint of, okay, if I see a problem, especially with my community, how am I the solution? Like, how am I the solution? How do I identify the problem? How do I come up with a solution? And you know, it's that time now. And when you do that, it's just very, I guess they call it demoralizing when you present this problem and the solution. Well, they know there's a problem, but you present the solution to administration and they drag their feet, or they just want to do it the way of the system, which has been a losing system for a while, and nothing gets done. So now we're just watching kids just fall into destruction. I'm literally watching, like, it's very unnerving because you're literally watching kids grow up and just fall to the system. None of their fault because they're brilliant. I want to say this: every Philadelphia child, I believe every child is brilliant. I've seen it. It doesn't matter what neighborhood. I actually wanted to do this video in front of Richard Wright School, which is in North Philadelphia. Many people may consider it a low income and you know, impoverished neighborhood. However, these students are brilliant. I mean, every school I've gone to, the children are brilliant, but these children, you know, I've really got to do a lot of sessions with the classes. The children are brilliant. However, we're not seeing the turnaround when it comes to when they get older. Is it them or is it their surroundings? Is it the people, you know, pushing them? And Dr. Payne has done a great job. Principal Beard has done a great job. Maestra Miss Nicholas, she's the Spanish teacher. She did a great job. I'm pretty sure they have a lot of people hands-on, but you know, the stats are the stats. When it comes to Philadelphia youth and what they grow into, the stats are the stats. So all I can say is, to make a long story short, there has to be more of an urgency. If you have a job that deals with education, I just need you to give way more than 100%. Way more. You're talking about people's lives. Like you're seeing people's lives, and if all you want to do is pick up a check, you can find a different industry. There's gonna be money. There's money out there we need. Tons of money. Go to a different job. There needs to be a system put in place to find people that are really just on fire for helping these kids out. Now, don't get me wrong, you will get burnt out. You will get burnt out at some point. You'll hit a wall. But look, people hit walls in different industries every day. You just gotta push through for these kids. So I'll leave it at that.